I'm Susan Heller, the Kosher Keto Maven, and today we're going to make some almond cookies, some honey almond cookies. We're going to use Strauss's unsalted butter. It's KSA. We're going to use some Swerve organic, the ultimate sugar replacement. It's a mixture of monk fruit and erythritol, and it's OU. This is a new sugar I found recently, and I think it has the best flavor. We're going to use our honey substitute that we made in the last video, and I'll link that at the end of this one. We're going to use King Arthur's almond flour, and it's OU. Some baking powder, which is OU. Some baking soda, which is also OU. And 1/4 teaspoon of Redmond's real salt. So let's get cooking. In the mixer bowl, I have 2 sticks of unsalted butter. That's equal to 1 cup. And I am going to add 1/2 cup of Swerve erythritol and monk fruit blend. And 4 tablespoons of honey, the honey that we made yesterday. It's gotten much thicker. It's the perfect consistency. So I'm going to blend this on low to start and then move it up to high. I use the Swerve erythritol monk fruit blend because I think it's the best tasting one on the market right now. I'm going to beat it a little bit more. We want to scrape down the bowl frequently. Make sure everything's blended into each other. And now I'm going to add the salt. That's 1/4 teaspoon. And the baking powder. And that's 1/2 teaspoon. And then this is 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. The baking soda is activated by the heat once you place it in the oven, and it helps baked goods turn a golden brown. Okay, so that's all of our ingredients except for our almond flour. In this measuring cup, I have 3½ cups of almond flour. I use the King Arthur's almond flour most of the time because it's extra fine. I also use almond flour from nuts.com. And I'm going to add just a little bit at a time. This is a 1/3 cup measure, so about that much. One of the reasons that you want to use the extra fine almond flour is that it will, if you use almond meal instead of almond flour, then it'll be a little on the grainy side. And it has a much more delicate flavor if you just use the extra fine. It's important that it be blanched also. And every third or fourth edition, you want to wipe down the sides again. You only need to bring it up to medium, not high speed, with each addition of the almond flour. Okay, that's the last of our almond flour. And on the final beating, I like to put it up to high for about a minute. So I'm going to get as much as I can off the beater and go ahead and put the whole bowl, cover the bowl with plastic wrap, and then I'll go ahead and put the whole bowl in the refrigerator. Very soft because of the butter, but when I put it back in the refrigerator, it'll get hard again. And we want it to get pretty hard so we can roll it into rolls like slice and bake cookies. All right, it's ready to go in the refrigerator. Okay, we are ready to roll out some dough. Oh, perfect feeling. I'm rolling on a piece of parchment paper, and I'm basically going to make it into a log shape with my hands. Yeah, that's a good size. Put that one up here. This one will make the diameter smaller. There. And one more. We want these two about the same length because we're going to cut these, we're going to slice these into 1/4 inch size pieces. And this one is the base, the biggest one, so we're going to do that one into 1/2. So we want to make one more about that size. They don't have to be perfectly round because the icing will basically cover it. But we want them generally in a roundish shape. Okay. I have another piece of parchment here because we're going to roll these up. we have our rolls. I'm going to put these in the freezer and then we'll slice and bake them. Okay, see you in a little while. Next, we're going to make the icing. We're going to use the same Strauss's butter. It's KSA. We're going to add some Nutiva shortening. It's OU. And it's made of red palm oil and coconut oils. We're going to use a pinch of salt. And that's Redmond's real salt, that's OU. And organic almond extract. And that's KSA. All right, let's get started on the frosting. While the cookie batter is chilling into logs so we can slice and bake them, we're going to make the icing. In the mixer, I have 1 stick of butter, and I'm going to add to that 1 tablespoon of shortening. I'm going to beat this for about 10 minutes on medium-high. Okay, the butter and the shortening are whipped up, and I'm going to add a pinch of salt, and then I'm going to add the Swerve, like 2 heaping tablespoons at a time, or not tablespoons, but these are like, this is my soup spoon. You just want to add it gradually. Start it on low. You want to stop it each time you add some sugar because otherwise it'll splatter. Thoroughly mix it in, maybe about 30 seconds between each addition. We'll add the rest of it. You can taste it if you like, but I already know that this amount of sugar is the right sweetness for me and my family. We're going to add half a teaspoon of almond extract. I love the smell of it. And we're also going to add some green food coloring. I'm going to just add, oh, that really didn't come out as a drop. So we'll see what it looks like. Okay, I think this is going to be the final beating just to make sure that all the icing is mixed up. There we go. Lovely green icing. Okay, I'm going to put this in a smaller bowl, and then I'm going to check the cookies to see if they're ready to bake, if they're cold enough to slice and bake. My oven is heating up to 300 degrees, and these should be ready to slice. Oh, yes, they're perfect. I'm going to cut these about 1/2 inch. These are the base ones. If a little piece falls off, you can just sort of press it together with your hands. Reshape them a little bit if necessary. This last one we can just mold with our hands. In fact, instead of doing slice and bake cookies, you could just take a scoop and put some into your hand. I'll make that thicker so they all cook the same. There, that's a better shape. Okay, I'm going to pop these in the oven. They're going to cook for 30 minutes approximately, depending on how hot your oven is. We'll go ahead and get the other cookies ready. And we're going to cut these into 1/4-inch slices. Also 1/4-inch. Some of these smaller ones are a little misshapen, but they'll cook just fine. And the icing will hide our blemishes. There, this one will be ready to pop in the oven as soon as the other one comes out. Catch you in a little bit. Our cookies are ready to make into trees. I'm going to use this plate here. Put some icing on the bottom layer. Oh, by the way, the cookies did spread a little bit this time, which I don't know why, because I made the exact same recipe. Now, if you make these cookies and you're not going to ice them, you might want to add just a little bit more sugar. I used a 1/2 cup and 4 tablespoons of honey when I made the cookies. Now I did that because the icing is so sweet. So if you're not going to ice the cookies, you might want to add another tablespoon or 2, or even a 1/4 cup of the sugar substitute. All right, so then we're going to take our fork and pull them out. Hopefully this is going to look like pine tree leaves. bring that icing right to the edge. Cute little trees. Wish I could lick my fingers, but I had meat recently. Little dab on the top, right in the center. I'm going to try and make that come to a little point, like the top of a pine tree. They're cute. Let me clean up here. There we go. 3 little trees for Tbsp. I'm going to let my grandkids do the rest.